let's look at creating some more vibrant text compared to what I have seen in the past from some. Let me just bring up my rulers just there. Let's say we've got a quote. It's from a magazine that I'd seen online. Have it sure it's black. Ever had a casual Friday? Okay, so we've got this quote here, a pull quote from an article, let's say, and we've got that in speech marks there. How do we go about making that slightly more vibrant? Now, there are a few things you can look at doing. You can first look at separating layers. At the minute, this is one layer here, but as I outlined in the front cover discussion and tutorial, you could look at bringing in a new layer here. So if I did this instead, you could look at going, right, okay, have I ever had, leave that, hit text, press somewhere else, and then put a casual Friday. And then what you can do there is zoom in a little bit. You can start playing about with position. So you could move it closer. So suddenly there's some more width to that because we've got it on two separate layers. It's closer together, which gives it a more aesthetically pleasing look. We could also start saying, okay, let's change the font now. Okay, let's look at the fonts that we've got here. I mean, some of these skills might come across as a little bit basic, but let's try and change the font of this just to change it up a little bit more. So just let's duplicate those two layers there. So we've got it again. And then let's look at changing the font. Let's have something a little bit different. Let's go for let's put it in one of my favourites, Bebas. And the same to a casual Friday. Okay, I might just have to move this about a little bit. And the same here with Bebas, you might need to just press the space bar in between these a little bit more. So there, we've got that. So we've had a different look to that. Let's duplicate those. Again, let's start playing with colour. We could look at changing. Let's change it all to change it to a nice blue colour. Suddenly we've got a blue pull quote there. Okay. So at the minute we've kind of got in our list here, separating layers, changing fonts, changing colour, so it's smaller. Then you can look at changing specific colours. So let's bring these down again. Let's duplicate those. So let's look at keywords here in this pull quote. Have I ever had a casual Friday? The emphasis is on the ever. So let's change that and make it different colour. Perhaps maybe we're going with, I don't know, a green colour. If I ever had a casual Friday, now to just get some continuity to this, I'm just going to change the casual to that colour as well. Okay, but at the minute it's all quite spaced out in the middle. I mean, we could go even one step further. Let's bring that down. So let's just add individual colours to our list. Okay. Let's bring down. In fact, let's just bring down have I ever had. And then have I, and I'm going to get rid, and we'll set some more layers here. Because what this will allow us to do is say, okay, right, I'm going to bring a new layer in here. And then I'm going to type ever. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size of that. So let's say that's in line there. Let's make that bigger. Like so. And let's make that green. And then you can start building up your layers separately. Had a so then we can start applying that. And then let's start combining these techniques. So let's now look at bringing maybe another font in to this, to the mix. Let's make that bigger. Maybe not quite so big. Perhaps rotate it a little bit. Perhaps not the right font. What other fonts have we got here? Saw one earlier that might work quite well. Change that to blue, back to blue, so it's about the words that stand out. And we're going to put casual, we're going to move that layer underneath header so we can still see what it says. And then we're going to hit new layer. And we're not, we're going to hit text layer. And we're going to hit Friday. Change that back to Bevis. So we've got an emphasized word in there as well. Green, no, blue. I'm going to bring it above. Bring casual above that. Again, so we started to get a little bit of a different look to that now. I can then go on and say, okay, well let's let's make the speech marks more. Let's duplicate that. Let's take those speech marks out, but I quite like the style of that speech mark there, so I'm going to copy that before I get rid of it. And then back on that bottom layer, I'm going to get rid of that. We can start editing it all together. Second, let's just move that back over there. Friday just needs making. Again, this is quite simplistic in terms of the quote itself. But let's paste in the speech marks. Let's make them a lot bigger. Like so. But then we can go and look into our character panel here, and let's move those closer together if we can. Don't think they move closer together. Can I make them thinner? Can we squash them down? Okay. And let's change the opacity on them to 48. And let's make sure they're behind Have I Ever. Like so. So we've got our speech marks there, but let's duplicate that layer. Hold Alt, you can duplicate that layer. Then we can go to Edit, and we go to Transform. We can flip it vertically, and then we can flip it horizontally to create our other speech mark and place it here. And then suddenly we've gone from something such as this, Have I Ever Had a Casual Friday, and by playing with the different sizes, the colours, the fonts, and the symbols that are included within this text, we've created a much more vibrant pull quote that would anchor really well as part of wrapped round text, or it would look good anchoring an image. So you've got to think about what looks appealing, but I think I'm just going to even change this a little bit further. Let's say it was on a different background. Let's see if this will work. It's the wrong one. Let's just change this one that we've got here then. Then look at, let's say if it's on a black background. Let's go shape tool here. Let's put that there. Let's bring it further to the back. Let's change the colour of that to black. If this won't change it, I don't think it will. Just bring that up, there we go. Click on that. There's black. And that would probably look good in a pink. That's that. And then all you have to do is look at the speech marks here. So bring them into a pink colour. And same with the other one. A black background instead. Or you can look at drop shadowing. Change it there, but you could even look at changing that drop shadow, giving it a different colour. Start looking at white as a drop shadow colour. So there's all sorts you can do with that base panel in terms of creating a much more vibrant text. So this is to help you develop those text skills and start playing with variety of layers. And what you can even do if once you finish with those is you can select the layers that you want, and you can say, right, okay, there's too many layers to mess about with here. I'm going to go to layer, and then I'm going to go to group layers over here, and that will group that within a group, and then you can move it all at the same time as opposed to moving individual layers. So lots of different things that you can do with text to make it more vibrant.